Good morning. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's having a good morning.
I'm on prednisone, so I'm pretty energetic.
There you go. That's good.
No.
You up and moving around and
Feeling a
all
lot
good
better.
first. Robin, Daddy's in the house early tonight. All right, Robin, you have a good day.
Oh, is she leaving us?
Yeah, she had to go to pick up a car for her daughter. So she's not gonna be in the show, or on the show, I should say.
Bye,
Good
Robin.
morning, Blackberry Thistle Tea. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Sally's still having her yard sale. I called her a couple times, but she must be busy or something. So she must be getting all kinds of sales. Morning, Megan. But I hope she is. That'd be good. She can get rid of some stuff. And morning, Ginger.
That was funny how her husband brought home a big truckload of stuff.
Yeah. Good morning, Beth. You are our favorite peeps too.
Mm-hmm.
Always look forward to the morning show.
Her husband seems like a pretty.
I got a little more sleep last night.
Oh, good.
Kind of. I took my pills early, and so ended up going to bed about 9, and then I woke up at 11 o'clock.
Oh, geez.
Can't win for losing.
No.
But I didn't stay up that long. I got up, got a drink, sat in my chair for maybe 30 minutes or so, and then went back to bed and was able to sleep a little bit longer. So I don't know what that's all about. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Sherry. Hope everybody's having a good Friday morning.
I'm not watching the chat. Good morning, everybody.
I got up
What in the hell?
Yesterday was actually a really good day for me. I had 5 sales. So it was good.
Okay, I'm here by myself, just me and the dogs. And something just fell. I'm not sure. Oh, I bet it's the snow off the. I wonder if it's the snow off the roof hitting the air conditioner.
It could be.
I'm like, holy crap! These big booms that are happening. It's like, okay, well, is that like a big mouse or what? It's freaking me out here. Been like 2 times in a row, and I was like, I looked at the dogs. The dogs are looking at me like we didn't do it. But I bet that's what it was. I bet it was ice on the dropping on the air conditioner.
We have rain, thunderstorms, all kinds of stuff going on this morning.
Yeah. We had 2 inches of snow the other day, God. So, and ice, freezing rain, ice.
Not good. Man, Sharon, you've already been listing? That's awesome. Sally said, can you give me a call on the phone? Yes, I can. Beth said she woke up lame. She must have twisted her knee in her sleep.
Ouch.
She had a rummage sale to go to this morning, but it's not going to happen.
Who is that?
That is Beth.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Let me see if I remember how to do it. Use
Looks
salad
nice on it.
Yeah. I don't know. Something that helps me is that, like that icy hot or some
Yeah,
kind, like the muscle rub.
yeah. You know,
That,
honestly, the muscle rub from what's the Dollar Tree? The
mm-hmm,
muscle rub from there. My uncle, my husband's uncle, he's like 70, and he has a problem with his shoulder. And
mm-hmm,
no amount of medicine, no rubs or anything would help his shoulder. But I gave
mm-hmm.
him some of that night when he was here from the dollar store, and that was the only muscle rub that helped him.
Wow. It must
I
have had
use
an ingredient in it that did something for him.
for my knee. I use BioFreeze, I think it's called. I've been
Yeah.
using that. That's pretty
Biofreeze
good.
works really, really well.
Yeah, my daughter bought me some of that, so I've always been using that just because I know it works.
Yeah, Blackberry Thistle Tea says Salon Paws patches are good too. I have used those a couple times on my back, and they
Mm.
seem to work really well.
Mm.
So Beth said it could be old age.
Mm-hmm. So big.
Probably not. I refuse. I refuse to get old. Um,
That's what
Ginger
my
said,
dad says. This getting old shit is
yeah.
BS.
Ginger Overstreet said the Tylenol muscle rub cream is amazing.
Mm.
Never had that. Good morning, Mr.
I've
C.
never even seen it.
Yeah, I've never
Hi,
seen that either. Hi, Sally.
how you doing?
We're doing okay. How about you?
I'm freezing. It's cold here.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
So I'm in the garage with the garage door open with the heater.
Oh gosh.
I'm roughing it.
Yeah, you're roughing my ass. The heater's running.
How's the yard sale going?
We made $6 this morning so far.
That's good.
It's early.
Yeah, we ended up making 28 yesterday.
That's good.
Bad for the way you started.
Yeah.
Brandon put our a sign on one of the other side streets, so hopefully that will gain some attention. We get a lot of traffic over there, so
Good.
hopefully we'll get some people coming in.
Did you go and bump your advertisements on Facebook?
I wouldn't remember now. Yep.
That's good.
Address.
Yes.
That was so funny.
They are today.
I'm sorry, but that was hilarious.
I don't know what I was thinking. Or maybe I wasn't.
Yeah. Especially when that's where you live.
Yeah. Well, we lived right down the street. That's why
Yeah.
we just put the wrong I just put the wrong number. I put the number
Yeah.
that we used to live at, which was 207, and now we live at 112.
That
And the same.
happens. I mean, I've done that before. That kind of thing. Not where I live, but other numbers kind of screwed them up like that.
Well, I know there was one time somebody was asking me what my address was, and I couldn't even tell them.
Yeah.
It's like, what is it? 5450? I don't know. I had to go outside and look at the address. That's how bad it was.
757 Road 232.
Yeah. There you go. That was our address for quite a while.
Yeah, it was.
Because you weren't born there. You were born on Matthew.
Yeah. Or Beverly.
No,
it
it was
Beverly?
Matthew.
Oh, Bellevue.
Yeah, it's Matthew. 311 Matthew.
Isn't that crazy how you could remember stuff like that?
Yep. Then I think the G Street was like 104 G Street. Yeah.
Speaking of remembering stuff, my dad is 73. He's gonna be 74. Like 2 years ago, we were cleaning out this semi trailer that he had a bunch of stuff in there. The stuff's been in there since probably 87. And
Wow.
my husband found this combination lock, and of course, he was like, "Oh, it's just a combination lock," and he went to chuck it into the garbage pile, and my dad says, "Wait," he says, "That's my gym locker lock from junior high," and he says, "Hand that to me," and my husband says, "No way," and all of a sudden, do, click, he opens it. I was like, it says, "You ain't playing the Alzheimer cards with us," and at all anytime soon. From junior high, and he's 74 years old.
That's crazy.
That's amazing. That man has a brain like you wouldn't believe. I wish I was even as quarter of as smart as he is.
I think I have a pretty good memory, but like short term, it's gone. It's like I can't remember.
Yeah, I've been like that for the last couple of years. Like to where my memory has just flittered away.
Must have been all that weed I smoked back in the day. I never inhaled though.
Yeah, right.
Wonder how new.
Mr. Sadie said he only has 6 listed for the challenge. Spank me hard and call me Sally. I got a list. Well, Mr. Sadie, you better get on the ball.
I have more than that. So I'm going to beat you.
Beth said, Sally, did you get your incense?
No, not yet.
Incense.
Not yet. He sent me a thing saying that he shipped it on. When did he ship that on? The 25th. The 25th. So it should be today or tomorrow, I would think.
What?
Yeah. That's funny. I guess that'd be one way to send that, would be to say that it's incense, but I just can't imagine being able to ship that stuff. If it's actual weed, I wouldn't think it would
I
be.
don't think it's actual weed.
Well,
No, I don't think so.
I think it's probably marijuana scented. And
Yeah.
I don't know how they do that without using actual marijuana.
Well, what about like hemp or whatever? I mean, can't you get like hemp oil or something? I don't know. I know nothing about it. He's over there in California, so I imagine it's,
Who is that?
That's that Henry Schick or Chic or whatever.
Oh,
Something.
yeah, I don't know. Sharon Tell says she has no memory. She's got CRS. Can't remember shit.
Shit.
I like that. I've always liked that one. Fishing and Picking said, well, he said earlier that he took a drunk stranger home from the bar. She had him driving 3 hours north to Richmond, Virginia. And then she said she needed a ride to Virginia, which is 15 minutes up the road, but turned out to be a 3-hour trip.
Oh boy.
Ah, crazy.
Pretty nice of you to give somebody a ride 3 hours
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
she wasn't
Megan.
even Amish, huh?
I guess not. I guess not.
Am I Reggie?
No, I don't
Hey,
think
what?
so.
Okay. If I am, just let me know.
Okay. Yeah, Megan Carl said it's hard. I'm still figuring out my new listing rhythm. I can only stand and take pics for three or four items before my back hurts. Then I have to go sit and list and repeat.
No.
Yeah, I have that same
Ugh.
problem. But I like to. I try to do five listings, then 5 pictures, and make them live, and then do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I agree, my back starts. I step up on a step stool when I take my pictures. When I'm doing a flat lay. And I don't know what it is about that step stool, but usually if I do it more than 5 times, I'm hurting.
Mm.
Probably I'm just out of shape, I would say. Yeah. The Comfortable Life says he looks like he wants to be listing this weekend. Nothing but severe weather in the forecast, and we will be flooded in. We live outside of town. Yeah, I know that we got like 5 days of rain.
Oh.
I did end up getting them. I mowed the lawn yesterday after I got back from the dentist. I went ahead and dove in and everything. So Tracy says my sis from Texas is here for her birthday, and I'm taking her to Oscoda. I hope I probably didn't say that right. I'll
Yeah,
send people to your garage now.
she's been sick since Tuesday, she said. Hope you're feeling better.
Wow. Yeah.
This stuff is going around, boy.
I think there is a bad flu going around, a bug
Yeah.
or something.
Going to be 95 there today. Shut up, fishing.
95? Where does he live? I can't remember. Florida, right?
North Carolina or South Carolina.
North Carolina, that's right. That's right.
And 20 some degrees here right now, so
Jeez.
sun's shining though. It's supposed to be like 52 tomorrow, so that'll be nice. I'm not going to be much help on the listing challenge as usual, because like I said,
Well,
I ended both of my stores and I'm not ready to list yet. I'm revamping my inventory and doing some stuff and trying to get healthy again. And
that's good.
I've been thinking about my building, because I'm worried that, because it's just me and my husband here, I'm worried
Mm-hmm.
that, because I've been married 23 years. We enjoy our time with each other. I joke around, oh God, he's got to work all day because he'll drive me nuts and stuff. But I mean, we really do enjoy our time together.
Right.
But so I'm worried about being out in my building all the time and all the time.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like, we'll never see each other. Like, once he comes out there,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I've been kind of rethinking the whole building thing. Because I thought, well, it's just me and him in the house and the dogs. So I thought, house is laid out. It's like the back hallway, and then you come into the kitchen, and then the dining room, and then off to the right is the living room. And I thought, if we move the living room into the dining room, because I mean, we don't sit in the dining room and eat formally or anything anymore.
Right.
And so if we moved the living room into the dining room and then made the living room into a big office,
Mm-hmm.
and then I could put shelving in there. And there's
Yeah.
a door in the living room, so that there's a porch not a porch, but a deck off the living room. And I thought, if I could have him like put an enclosed porch off of the living room, then I could use that for like storage and shelving and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I could have my office in the living room. So I'll have to bring that up to him tonight, because then he would be in the living room, which is like the dining room now, and I would be in where the living room is now. So we'd be in rooms next to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
building.
you could still holler at each other, and you know.
Yeah, we could still talk to each other. We're still in the
Yeah.
same, still in rooms next to each other. So I mean, we could still talk to each other.
Exactly.
So I thought maybe that might be a better idea. I'll have to talk to him about him, see what he thinks. But because
Now, I mean, with your house, are you able to like build on, like
yeah,
put an addition? I mean, that might be an option too. Just
yeah,
build onto the house.
hmm
Build another room. So that way you're not
yeah,
taking. Because I know, when you have a living room and you take that living room away, that space, you don't have anywhere to go to like relax, to get away from
yeah,
it.
yeah,
So, maybe just having them, build a room onto the house, that might actually work better.
yeah. Well, we'd
Uh,
still have a living room. It would just be in the dining room.
right,
What the dining room is now.
right,
So it would be the kitchen, and then the living room. We would just omit the dining room,
yeah,
because like when I entertain, if people come out here, usually it's summertime entertaining, and we're all outside.
right,
Everybody wants to be outside, and we're barbecuing and stuff like that. So it's not like I really have to worry about too much entertaining in here,
right,
other than like my kids coming for dinner or something. But even when they come for dinner and stuff, we don't really sit formally at the table. We sit and eat,
right,
because my house really isn't that big enough for like formal entertaining or anything like that. And
right.
so yeah, I was just thinking that
I mean, that
maybe,
sounds like a great idea. You know, if you could do that, and that way, you'll be together, and
yeah. And I thought of putting because right now my stuff is in the dining room, but I
mhm,
thought of putting it in the living room, so that even if it was like if we had like company over or whatever, I could always like put up a tension rod or something, put a curtain across there, and then it's
mhm.
out of the way.
Right,
You're not walking through my office into the living room.
right,
So that's why I thought make the living room into
yeah.
even though the dining room is brighter, but
But I
I don't,
mean, he could put some lighting in the living room.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
So that's what I was
make it
kind of
bright.
thinking.
That's good.
We'll see. We'll see what he thinks.
Yeah. I mean,
He's
it's
the one doing
always
all,
worth a try, and see what he says, and you
yeah.
know.
Because then I
But
would
I
still
used to
have
do
my
that.
own space,
Right.
but then I'll still be with my husband. I won't be outside all the time, out in the building, because darn well I'll be out in that building all the time.
Right.
You know.
And that's the thing too is, if it's in your house, if for some reason, you can't sleep at night or something, you could still go over there and, into your office and
Yeah.
work if you wanted to.
hmm
So,
Yeah.
Um, looks
We'll
like
see.
there's wildfires in Florida. I think that's where it is. There's all kinds of. I don't get like news or anything like that, so I've heard about it. We used to have fires all the time in California. That was just an ongoing thing. And you know what's weird is when I got here, they did control burns. You know, like Mike told me, you know, they burn this area, they burn the dry grass, and then like in a couple weeks or in a week, the good grass or new grass will already be coming up. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's crazy. Why don't they do that in California? He
Mhm.
said, well, it's probably just too dense of an area. There's too much
Yeah.
too many people. You can't really do that. But, I mean, it was nothing for usually we had a pretty big it was not a mountain, it was more like a hill. But it was in kind of the backdrop of the town, and that thing always caught fire. It was always on fire. So yeah, comfortable life. He wants to know what everybody's plans are during the eBay slow season.
Just list.
I don't look at it like that. I mean, I think if you're listing, you should be getting sales.
No.
It doesn't
Well,
seem super slow to me either, and I'm not. I never list consistently.
so what I've seen is in the years past, and is that it's usually good until June, and then June it slows down a little bit. Seems to just a little bit, not much, because I keep listing, and then it's usually kind of slow down, but otherwise it still stays going. August sometimes. Well, no, August is actually pretty good for me. So I think June is mainly the slow part for me. Keep listing through it. The slow times, you just keep listing.
Yeah, I really think that's what you have to do is you just have to keep, I mean, like last week and the beginning of this week was really bad for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't know what was, but you had a lot of things happening as far as Easter and vacation, summer break or Easter break, spring break. Am I echoing?
No.
Okay. And people have to spend money for daycare and because they're not in school. And so there's a lot of expenses there. So
Yeah.
I hear echoing.
Do you?
A little bit.
Probably me. Turn my sound down a little.
I don't.
Because I was hearing it too.
So it sounded when Sally came in.
Oh, great. Thanks a lot, Nikki.
That's about when it started.
Screw you too, girlfriend.
Let's
I ain't
see.
going
Eternal
nowhere.
Trader says, where are you noodling for catfish? It sounds crazy. I seen those shows, and I would so like to do that.
Noodling?
I know it sounds, yeah.
Is that where you stick your hand in there?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, and you put it down their, basically down their mouth, and bring them up.
I thought it looked like fun, but I don't agree with sticking my hand in where I can't see, and especially down south. Up here, maybe not so bad because there aren't stuff that'll eat me up here, but we don't have anything to noodle up here. But
Yeah.
Yeah, see here we have dogfish, and
Catfish.
dogfish have lots of teeth, and they're sharp
Huh.
razor teeth. It's crazy, but
In Michigan?
yeah, we have a lot of dogfish. Well,
Huh.
we used to go fishing for pike and trout and catfish, and sometimes we catch
Muskie.
dogfish. And we just throw them right back because they're just bottom feeders. And a lot of people don't like to eat them. I've never tasted them. I don't really want to taste them. But
I'm not a catfish eater.
I like catfish. I like sunfish. Sunfish are really good.
I was pleasantly surprised at the taste of, but of course they're in the walleye family, is perch.
Mm-hmm. Perch is pretty good too.
We were catching jumbo perches up on Lake Vermilion one time, and I always threw my perch back, you know. Well, anyways, we were catching these jumbo perch up on Lake Vermilion one time. We had rented a houseboat, and oh my God, those tasted. I was surprised at how good those were.
You know, and here crappie is a pretty good fish also. In California, crappie is a bottom feeder.
Yeah.
And they're not good fish to eat. So it's pretty crazy, but like here they're good. They taste good actually.
Fish are yummy. Yep. Yeah, crappie fish are good eating. You just gotta catch a lot of them. I like to fish for walleye myself.
Yeah, I like walleye
Because I
too.
figure if I'm gonna clean a fish, if I gotta clean a fish, I'm gonna make it worth it.
Yeah.
I'd probably shit my pants if I caught a muskie.
What's that?
Yeah.
It's the big,
Oh,
huge.
really?
Yeah.
It's got big teeth. Yeah. We have northern. We don't really like northern because they're like a pain in the butt to clean. My husband said, so I don't usually go for northern pike, but yeah, I like fishing walleye. That's usually what I fish for. Sometimes I catch catfish if I got my a little too low. I'll catch catfish. It's good catfishing up here, but especially at night. But I'm not a catfish eater, so usually if I'm like on the dock or whatever, somebody there will be happy to take my catfish. So otherwise, I just throw them back. I would fish every single day if I could. Oh, sturgeon, those are ugly. Oh my God. I caught a sturgeon. They're fun to catch though, because you really got to work hard at catching them, because they're really strong and really heavy. So you got to play with them quite a bit and try to tire them out and stuff to get them reeled in. So they're fun to catch, but yeah, God, are they ugly. And then we always throw them back, but yeah, holy smokes.
So it's basically just more for the sport than.
Yeah. Well, it's illegal to catch them. You get a permit to catch them, but I never do. But you can only have like one, and they got to be over so many inches and whatever. And I don't have any interest in a sturgeon, so I don't. But yeah, I've had them come on my walleye rig quite a bit, a few times, and they're fun to catch. They give you a workout.
Crazy. I mean,
I told
usually
Brandon that I needed to come. Sorry.
That's all right. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna tell you, I told Brandon that I had to come in and do my relist and set a sail so I could come in here, warm up.
He'll come in. What the heck are you doing? Supposed to be out there
Nothing.
helping me.
I'm working, damn it.
We have a friend. We have a friend in Alaska. His son does charter boat fishing, and there's certain days of the week that he can't take people out charter fishing unless they're like family.
Hmm.
And or something like that. Well, anyways, so they told us to come up sometime and they'd take us out charter fishing, which I think that would be a blast. I would love to go to Alaska fishing.
Yeah. That would be
Halibut and stuff. Oh my God, that would be so much fun. I have a big boomstick, and I like it because it's longer for if I just fish off the fishing dock, and it's really thick and big, and it's and I like it. And it's funny when I go down to the dock and people are looking at me like, holy crap, it's huge. It's a huge stick, you know, that they use out on the lake or whatever. People are looking at me like I'm totally dumb, you know, but I love the stick. It's so cool, you know. It's so big, and it just makes life easier, and it doesn't break like all the rest of the poles, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I really enjoy fishing.
I'm surprised that Jason's not on here rousing you for your stick comments.
Yeah.
Now he'll come on.
Yeah. Turtle Trader asked, do you have dual license for both states? Me, I think she's talking to me, but me, I can fish on the river. That's in between Wisconsin and Minnesota. I can fish on either side with my Wisconsin license. You can fish Lake Superior, but there's a certain line where you have to have a Minnesota or a Wisconsin license to fish on the lake.
Yeah.
But once you get past that, there's a certain line that you can't go, and you have to have the other state. But when we do the houseboat and go up on Lake Vermilion and stuff, yeah, I have to have a Minnesota license too. But where I
Yeah.
fish, can fish both sides of the river, and that's pretty much where I go.
Fishing and Pickin said that he owns property in both states. He's on the North Carolina, Virginia border. And so he owns property on both states, and he has a lifetime license in Virginia. So
Nice.
that makes it
Yes,
good.
there is a Duluth Trading Company in Duluth.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. They say get bare naked in Duluth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my husband likes their fire hose pants.
Oh, I can't remember. I remember I bought something from Mike. I think it was I want to say it was their underwear.
Mm-hmm.
Or boxers or something like that. And he really liked those.
The Duluth Trading Company, I don't think is originally from Duluth, Minnesota. I think it's from Duluth, Georgia or something. I don't know. Honestly. But I'm not sure. Where is Duluth Trading?
Fishing and Picking says, what are fire hose pants?
Fire hose pants are made out of the same material as fire hose.
Yeah. Are they just heavier? Are they just heavier pants?
Yeah, they're made out of fire hose material. And like Gary likes them for working on the steam engine and stuff because they're a lot more, they're stronger.
Uh-huh. Yep.
It is, I guess it is out of Duluth, Minnesota. It says that back in '89 there were these two brothers in Duluth, wild and woolly hippie tradesmen, kind of guys working in construction. Every day they saw guys dragging a jumble of tools. and compound buckets and a few guys strung. And then they thought there's got to be a better way, so they invented the bucket boss, and that's how the Duluth Trading Company.
Yeah.
So that it is out of Duluth, Minnesota.
Cool.
I didn't know it was out of like Duluth, Georgia, but
yeah, I actually, well, I run a sale all the time, but well, when the first is on Monday, I kind of plan on doing a pretty deep sale next week for the first. I try to do that every month. The first of the month, I try and do a pretty, yeah, it's a good sale. I'm not sure what percentage I'm going to put it at, but
also Diamond Tools. Those are out of Duluth, Minnesota too. It's closed down now, but originated in Duluth too. They're very, if you can find Diamond Tools, they're very collectible. And Diamond Horseshoes. Really? Started as Diamond Horseshoes Company, and then they went to Tools. But yeah, they're very collectible. So if you ever find Diamond Tools or Diamond Horseshoes, the company's no longer open. Little bolo for you.
Don't get drunk and delete your store like Nikki did. Oh, fishing and picking.
Sad thing was I wasn't even drunk. If I was drunk, I would have actually had a good excuse.
Aww. You know, sometimes, and I've thought about that too. Just you know, getting rid of everything, and you know, starting over. But you think about how much work you put into that. You know, it's kind of hard to do. But
well, like on my little store, you know, like I've said, you know, I had 700. Well, at one time I had gotten up to 1,200 listings on my little store, but when I deleted everything, I was at 700 and something. And now I've had that store for about 3 years, the little store, and it took me those whole 3 years to get up to that many listings, you know. And so yeah, it is a lot of work, you know, to get that far up in the, but
right.
You know, back last fall, I think it was, somebody had stolen some stuff. I had storage shed, and nobody's ever really come around there, bothered anything or whatever. And I used to go run to the gas station and go to the bathroom. I'd leave my storage shed open or whatever. Not a real high crime area, you know. Well, last fall, me and my husband were doing something at storage shed, and there were some boxes out, and I was like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. And he's like, well, let's put some of this stuff back in the store. Let's put this stuff back in the storage shed and get it locked up. And I said, no, let's just run to the gas station. It'll be fine. Well, I had a bunch of boxes of listed stuff that was outside of the storage shed. And he shut the storage shed, but we left the boxes out there. And we ran to the gas station and came back. Somebody had stolen those boxes. All listed stuff in it. Well, I had to hear about that from my husband, you know. Anyways, so I thought I had gotten everything removed that I thought was in those boxes that I could remember. Well, periodically now, ever since, there were occasionally some things that I would sell and then I couldn't find. So I'm assuming they were in one of those boxes that were stolen. So this is kind of going to give me a way of making sure everything's kosher on my inventory, you know. So So it's one thing I'm glad I kind of douched my stores because of that reason.
So basically, you lost everything, so you shut your store down.
No, I didn't lose everything. No, there were some boxes that had some stuff in it. I thought I deleted everything boxes, but I apparently didn't because eventually, every once in a while, something will sell and I can't find it, and I'm assuming that we're in those boxes. So it would be nice to. That's not why I did it, but that's one. That's one part of the silver lining about doing what I did.
Yeah.
Is now my inventory.
And you've probably been thinking about doing it for a while.
Yeah. Well, I've been thinking about re-inventory everything and going through everything and doing it. And I thought, well, you know what? This is probably going to be the easiest way to do it. Now I can go and take my boxes of inventory that I already had listed, and I can do those boxes and the things that I want to list. I can list, get those in the appropriate bins, and get my inventory back in order. And I think it'll be the easiest way to do it. And I really honestly think it'll go quick if I do it fast while I still have the listings up, because some of them is available, because then the stuff that I do want to relist on my store, I can just relist it instead of having to go all the way through and do it again,
There you go.
fresh. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure things out right now.
Yeah. And that's okay.
Get my health in order and
That's right.
get some other organizing done. Maybe, I want to get either that building up or do my living room the way I said earlier.
Mhm.
So I need time to do stuff. And if I have to stop and ship and everything else and keep listing, this has just given me some time to get everything done faster, I think.
Yeah.
Without having to worry.
You just need to do whatever you need to do to make it better for you.
And like I said, the last couple of years, I've made a lot of money on eBay, enough where I've had quite a bit of savings. So
Yeah.
I can live off of that for now.
Exactly. You got a cushion, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Good
Plus, my
deal.
husband is the main income. He can pay most of our bills off what he makes. It's just if we want to have any fun or anything extra or whatever, buy a new car or buy a four-wheeler or something, or go out to dinner, that's where my income comes in. So instrumental that we have it. But
Oh my lordy, y'all talked about everything.
we did.
No, I'm catching up with the chat.
Yeah, we
We're
did.
talking about
everything. We got all kinds of
illustrating
things.
companies.
Talk about catfish noodling. I don't get that sport. I am not sticking my damn hand or arm in a hole in the bottom of a river, let something latch on my arm thinking it's a giant worm.
I think that would be fun.
No.
I would do that.
You should do that and make a video of it.
It looks like fun, but honestly, I don't think I could stick my hand somewhere that I can't see. No.
I would need, I would need somebody to help me with that, like
Pull back a nub.
Huh?
That'd be my luck. I'd be pulling back a nub. No hand.
Look, Mom, no hand.
Pulling back a bloody stump.
Oh my God.
No thanks. I'll use my pole. It looks like fun. It's like a heck of a fun time.
Magnet fishing? I've never heard of such a thing.
Let's use a what do you call it? The thing that picks metal up out of the ground?
A detector?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, WKZZR
Oh, okay.
Productions.
I thought it was like, fish and reel. I was thinking, how in the heck does that happen? I got you now. I got you. I copy. Let's see here. My favorites. I had to say that just for Sally.
You had to say what?
I don't know who that day. WKZZR Productions said, "Hey, everyone, dropping by to hit the like button and show some support. Thank you."
Oh, yeah, thanks. That's nice of you. Thanks for thinking of us. Morning, Mary. You just Mary says you just toss a magnet on a rope and pull it back in.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Then I've never heard of that. I thought they were talking about metal detectors.
Now that would be fun. I would love to have a metal detector.
Yeah, I hope I find one day.
I thought that would be fun.
Huh. I guess it's kind of like doing the metal detector thing in the water.
Hmm.
So you put a big magnet down there and then you just pull it up and see what kind of treasures you get. I don't know.
Treasures.
Treasure.
Did you see Blackberry Thistle Tea had a question?
Walmart's got like marine magnets, big old, like couple 100-pound marine magnets that are pretty cheap, or they used to.
Huh.
Hmm.
So Blackberry Thistle Tea said, why would you pay $30 for a used greeting card? Do they digitally rip off the artwork or what? Somebody help me out with this. It's crazy. I
Who
don't know.
knows? Who knows why people
Honestly,
pay what they pay?
I don't question anything on eBay anymore after all these years. Nothing amazes me anymore.
Me neither.
People just have way too much money and they need to spend it somewhere, so why not with me?
Yeah.
That's all I've come to the conclusion, is that just people have way too much money.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Or they have a hoarder condition where they just gotta, they gotta buy everything.
Yeah.
Everything they see, they gotta buy.
Mm-hmm.
I have a good friend that he totally thinks that me selling on eBay is just a way to kind of dupe people, like I'm ripping them off almost. And
Who said that?
one of my friends, he's just he's kind of a negative Nelly, and ever since I've been doing this, I've been, telling him about the home runs I found and stuff like that. And he just, everything he says, to me about it, it's always negative. It's like, he feels like I'm ripping people off or, giving them something besides what they actually want, and it's like, he's just a non-believer. That's the only way to put it, because there's a lot of people that don't, you would say, hey, I sold a 1980s Richard Simmons Dillamil box for $39.99, and they'd be like, what? Why would anybody buy that? I mean, that's way outdated. They have a lot, newer stuff for people to lose weight nowadays, Why would anybody use that stuff?
Yeah, but the older people would like Richard Simmons, because Richard Simmons was more of a, like an like right now. Me personally, I'm 42. There is no way I'd be able to do any of those Beachbody workouts.
Yeah.
Probably looking more at the Richard Simmons speed,
Right.
to do workout because there's no way I'd be able to keep up with those Sean T or whatever their names are and P90X. There's no way I'd probably have a heart attack, you know.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I know
Plus,
exactly.
my knee would never make.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, you know, there's people out there that they just don't believe. They don't believe what people are paying for, and they don't believe that that they're knowing exactly what they're getting. You know.
Yeah.
So it's funny. It's funny because, you know, if they put, you know, a really good thing on eBay and sold it, you know, they would automatically be a believer, I would think. But they'll never do it. They'll never do it because they are so negative and
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
they've convinced themselves,
you
know, that they're not believing it. Okay.
You got somebody from Deutschland.
I know, I see that. I think we're going to do this.
Nice.
Bye-bye.
Wouldn't want to be you. Sorry, Mr. Dutcher. Oh, Mr. Dutcher. That's what his name is.
Dutcher?
Dutcher?
Dutcher Fregist.
Fregist, yeah.
Nice name.
He came to show us how to douche our inventory.
Yeah, I already did it. I already taught you how to do that. Just do it. Don't think of it. Just do it. No, don't do it, everybody. But got to make sure that's exactly what you wanted to do. Megan Carl, no sharks in a Minnesota lake, but as a kid with a wild imagination, boo. That is true. You know, somebody was talking about going down wherever down south and living there. But the thing about it is, yes, I have cold up here and stuff, but I can go to any body of water and jump in. What I worry about is maybe a sharp rock. You know, I don't have to worry about snakes, water moccasins, sharks, alligators. I don't have to worry about things that are going to eat me. You know?
Yeah.
Thanks, Sally. You're balling.
Sally the baller. The hell does that even mean? I heard that the other day on a video too. I'm like, what?
Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Jean. Jaws gave me nightmares too. I never really was weird about that. And we used to go to the ocean like all the time, but never really was afraid of that. I don't know. That's his allowance for the month. Probably so. Yeah, I don't do the seaweed thing. That goes over. Yeah, that crosses the line right there.
Like she's ready to buy her I-8.
There you go.
She must not have her headphones in.
Oh, you can start drinking anytime you want, Miss Sherry. It's Friday.
Yep.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
5 o'clock somewhere.
It's Friday. It's Friday, and Sally started drinking 4 hours ago.
Hi, Jason.
Sally, you start drinking already?
She got her dollar
No,
bill.
I should have.
Dollar bill.
Dollar will make you holler, right?
Oh, God. Grandma Magic Classic.
I got
tonight.
a wad in my pocket.
Okay.
You gonna make it rain?
No, he just sold a bunch of shit to the mailman.
Oh, that's good.
Awesome.
Really
Yeah.
good. Grandma Magic Classic asked, "What the scariest movie you've all seen, and the one that freaked you out?" I would
Descent.
have to say, The Grudge.
Me, the scariest movie. There's a couple of them. I love horror movies, by the way, and they don't scare me. But one that scared me was Silent Night, Deadly Night, because what's scarier than Santa Claus running around killing people? And one of the worst movies that scared the crap out of me was Candyman.
Candyman, like Hello Candy Cane.
That one where they say Candyman 3 times and he appears and kills you. Yeah, that was a scary movie to me.
Oh, that one.
You know, a really freaky movie to me is The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah.
I like that.
That is freaky. I seen that and it scared the crap out of me.
See, I'm more scared of like Saw, and yeah, Saw is scary to me, and because there's really crazy people like that. It's like real, you know. I mean, just like there's murderers and, you know, people that will eat your toes and, you know, just weird shit like that. But, you know, when you know for sure that somebody has actually done that in real life, and
Yeah.
it just makes it way too real for me, and that's what freaks me out the most.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I worked at a state hospital, and I was a psychiat. What was I called? What was it?
Remember you were in the state hospital?
I was not in the state hospital.
He
I
was a
worked there.
resident.
No. I was a psych tech assistant, and we were like babysitters for adults, and
Sally,
you know,
Sally, do straight jackets come in just one size or?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious.
Usually, but they didn't use straight jackets, but they would use leather straps, tie downs.
Yep.
For spankings.
But yeah, I mean,
I'll be right back.
there was a lot of stuff that I read in files and stuff about, you know, people that were there that you can't get that shit out of your head once it's in there.
Why my cha-ching or dinger ding ding not working anymore? Anybody else's break?
Yeah, ours did, but I have an Android. I think Jim reinstalled it and then it started working again.
eBay, just fix stuff and leave it normal and make it work, and then, like, seriously. Update. Yeah.
Mr. Sadie says, "Leave It to Beaver scares me."
I mean, I've seen tons and tons of horror movies. I mean, I have a large collection of them, and I don't know. The ones that seem to scare me the most are kind of more like the reality ones where people are walking around with flashlights in like an insane asylum, and there's something like supernatural, freaky. Either that or a little girl is usually the scariest shit. I don't know what it is.
Like The Ring, are you talking about?
Like what?
Like The Ring?
Yeah, absolutely. Anything where there is like this like little girl. There's something about little. I don't know if it's maybe a guy thing. I don't know if girls. Do you guys find that scary?
Yeah.
Well, she was kind of.
I'm not usually scared of little girls, Jason, but no.
That's because you have one.
She ain't little anymore. Y'all growed up.
But I mean, I don't like super gory stuff. Like I watched this movie, The Hostel, and
I've watched that.
Have you? I wish I could just get that out of my head. That friggin' eyeball thing, man. I wish I never watched that.
Yeah. Ignorance is bliss.
Hmm.
I won't
I-
watch this song because of that.
Faces of Death. Have you seen that, Jason?
Oh yeah, but that was out when I was like a child. It was like a 70s.
You know who introduced me to that was Valerie's ex-husband. Faces of Death.
I was gonna guess
was like-
at the state hospital.
I was like 12, 13, and he's telling me, oh, these people eat monkey brains.
I remember that episode.
And I'm like,
There's like 3 episodes to it.
what?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's like shit that you can't get out of your head forever. Like, it's always going to be there.
Yeah, I to this day I still remember this one where this guy is working on a car and it fell on him and it severed his leg.
Mm-hmm.
And right like on the brake drum and just
Yep.
And it's, ever since then, like I won't like do any undercar work.
I know. I can't be around my husband when he's underneath the truck. I cannot be around. I will freak out. And it's not because I don't trust him. I don't trust freaking fate. What if it's supposed to happen? But you're like willing it almost. Isn't that awful?
I can tell you right now, some of the best horror movies that I enjoy the most are older, usually from around the 80s. Stuff like John Carpenter's The Thing or like the original Alien. Stuff like that is just golden.
I like Jason, like Friday the 13th and
Halloween. Love Halloween.
yeah, that stuff.
Except the third one, not Halloween 3. I will not promote that.
I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen anything like that. I think the most recent.
Halloween 3 is where they got rid of Jason.
Oh, was it?
I mean, not Jason. Michael Myers. They did away with him, and they made some other goofy premise that was so stupid.
It's been so long since I've seen any of those, and I mean, it's probably been 10 years since I've watched Freddy versus Jason. That was so cool though, because we went to the theater on opening night, and it was about. Did you go with us, Valerie?
No.
It was about 15 or 20 of us, and we were all in the theater, and there was people running around the theater with Jason masks and Freddy masks and shit, and they were scaring the hell out of everybody, and it was funny. It was really fun. And but it was a good movie, and I thought it was pretty funny too.
Yeah, someone's mentioning Stephen King. I love The Shining. It's one of my favorite movies, though it's only extremely loosely based on the Stephen King's writings. But also, Stephen King had that movie Salem's Lot back in the day when that came out, and that little boy scratching on the fucking window.
Oh yeah,
that scared the crap out of me. When I was a kid.
What about Cat's Eye?
That one I didn't see.
Is that where they turn into panthers?
No, there's these little things that live underneath the bed.
Do they
like
steal your
trolls? I
breath?
think.
Do they steal your breath?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I remember it.
Yep. Yeah, but I mean, you need to see that, Jason. It's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
I'm gonna have nightmares today. Yeah, I don't watch very much scary stuff because I just, I lived with my ex-husband. He was into drugs and into alcohol a lot, and our daily life was kind of scary because there was always some kind of drama, with him, and he was just nuts. But so like, I just that anxiety of all that, it made me to where I'm like, I don't have to watch this shit. And if I'm not gonna enjoy it, then why am I gonna watch it?
Right.
So I would rather, any day, I would really rather watch something funny than something scary.
I think Silverhair Slacker just dated himself. Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, just a
Oh,
little
geez.
bit. Now, Maximum Overdrive, I did like that.
Oh, I
That's
fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
it's a really good movie.
I didn't even watch that until it was probably 2 years ago.
Wow.
The first time I watched it. Yeah.
It's a great flick. And the music was awesome. Was that AC/DC, if I remember right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I always love when they do bizarre deaths. Like that one had like death by coke machine or something. That was fun.
Mhm.
But if you want like really off the wall deaths, there's this one called Sleepaway Camp 1, 2, 3, and it's kind of similar to the whole Jason and Friday the 13th type thing. But they do like the most bizarre like death scenes. It's like almost comical. It's funny as hell.
Wow.
I like a lot of humor in horror.
And it's just me. I know that it's like, just me because I just don't really enjoy it unless, if there's some humor,
Mm.
then I'm kind of more, apt to watch it. But if it's just straight murdering and gore, and you would think, why would I like watching The Walking Dead? But I really love that show, and I don't think it's more of the I don't think it's the gore.
The
has a
gore
good
isn't
plot.
bad because it's not actual people doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the difference.
Well, we know zombies are never going to be real.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Yeah, how do you know that?
On Walking Dead, when they had them at that trough, when they were bashing people in the head and cutting their throats, that one I don't like to watch. I won't rewatch.
That was
the
scary.
troll,
That one was
I love
hard.
that episode.
Oh my
That
God,
was-
they're kneeling in front of that trough. I saw it once, and I don't need to see that again. That and when they,
Yeah.
well, I don't know how far everybody is when they did the baseball bat thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Or
I can't
Bob.
watch either one of those episodes. That was too traumatic for me.
Yeah.
The Bob
Bob
episode was a little scary too.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as those other two, though. I could take the Bob one. That I could rewatch. The other two,
Mm-hmm.
I usually don't rewatch the
Yeah.
Thrift Daddy says zombies are real and watching YouTube resellers at the Goodwill bins. Corporal Coleco says
Coleco.
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 Like the
Oh,
video
sorry.
game. The video game guy down the end is going to correct you on that one. Sorry, go ahead.
He asked, is this a reselling horror show? Yep, that's exactly what it is today.
Never know what we'll be talking about.
You never know what's going to be on here. We don't want to give nothing away. We don't even know.
We don't even know what the hell we're doing.
But if you have any questions, give it to us in the chat. Be happy to answer it.
Oh, that's right.
Blackberry Thistle Tea says I like Quentin Tarantino movies. I do too. I really enjoy Quentin Tarantino movies.
Yep.
Oh, God. What was that movie? I loved it. Oh, Reservoir Dogs. God.
That's a good one. What is that other? There's the two movies that are together.
Oh, Kill Bob 1 and 2.
No.
Kill Bill. Sorry, Kill Bill.
It's what is it?
The one about
They did
Scream parts 1 through 47.
It's Quentin Tarantino, isn't it?
huh?
Grindhouse.
Is it Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah.
Is it Grindhouse?
Yeah.
The Grindhouse. Yeah, Grindhouse, and then there's the other one.
Yeah, Jim loves Kurt Russell and that the icy hot guy. He wants the icy hot jacket. Death proof car.
Kurt Russell is sexy. Oh my God.
Oh, here we go. He goes on these like tangents with famous celebrities that are hot.
We went and seen Grindhouse in the theaters, and it was almost 5 hours long.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, we watched it on TV. I remember it was long. We were just talking about that movie the other day. Because Jim's playing around with his old car. I said, you should make it into the death-proof car.
How'd the yard sale go? Did you already talk about that?
Yesterday we made $28, and today so far, let's see. How'd
you only make $28?
31 today so far. What?
How you're making money? So what do you mean so far today if you're sitting in here?
My husband's outside.
You're making him do it?
I'm a hard ass.
Did you see the big bunch of stuff he brought home yesterday for it?
Yeah. There was so much stuff that he brought home from my brother-in-law's house.
Yeah, tell Dusty about that connection you got. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. My brother-in-law is now managing a storage unit. Nice. And so he doesn't do auctions or anything. All he's doing is clean outs. Whenever it's time, he has to put it in the paper or whatever for so long, and then after that it's free and clear, basically. And so he's having clean outs, and he doesn't have any way to get rid of the stuff, so he's gonna be giving it to me, some of it anyways. And my husband was just telling me a little bit ago that because he just had surgery yesterday, and so after a couple of days we're gonna go over to his house, and I'm gonna go look through his shed, which has a bunch of stuff in it. I'm like, heck yeah, should be on my days off actually. I'm so excited.
It must be great, like sourcing stuff where you don't have to be upside down.
Screw you!
Maybe she won't be able to recognize anything.
Sally's used to being upside down. It's okay.
I think that's going to be a really good connection for her. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and I did publish the wrong. Yeah, Dusty already heard about that.
What?
I had the wrong address on the freaking sign and on the Facebook, but I changed all that, and it's all good now.
It's okay.
It was a honest mistake because I used to live at that address. It's on the same road,
right,
that I live on now. It was just a different number, and I was having a moment.
Now, you didn't tell us that you dyed your hair brunette.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness.
Who is going to an estate?
Oh, good job.
This guy.
I'm not going anywhere today. It's raining. I don't want to be outside, so.
It was raining there. Ooh,
it's raining.
It's supposed to rain. It gave me shivers.
It's raining and cold, and I have no desire to go out today. I am listing today. Something about FedEx raising rates or something?
Like that.
You like it, Thrift Daddy?
That's great. I hope that you have good luck out there.
Yeah, I hope you get lots of good stuff.
I want to talk about what Jason said. Did FedEx raise rates or something? Most of my shipments are going out USPS lately. I have noticed that USPS priority is actually cheaper than FedEx Smart Post on most of them now. Probably the last month have been.
I mean, here's
FedEx Smart Post is usually cheaper, but I've been finding that USPS, I don't know if they raised their rates or if USPS is being more competitive. I don't know, but yeah, I've been noticing that too.
That's kind of weird, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Here's one I'm playing around with, going to Ohio. So I put in 10 pounds, FedEx home delivery, $14.07. FedEx Smart Post, $15.78. Priority Mail. Oh, seriously, come on, eBay. Priority Mail would be $10.88.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a big
difference too.
or maybe I don't. That's a big discount, though. I mean, $18.40, and they eBay discounted it by 41%, down to $10.88.
So I'm saying I think USPS is actually becoming more competitive to FedEx. Trying to get most of those packages, I bet.
Well, I could imagine. You know, a lot of people use the FedEx Smart Post, and
But I mean, there wasn't any scheduled rate changes that I know of.
Or I could see FedEx raising their prices because FedEx's motto is you get what you pay for. They're not above raising their prices. So,
you know, I'm sure they didn't. You know, maybe they didn't raise their prices. Maybe just USPS is kind of you know, giving a little bit more of a discount to just so people will go, maybe, you know, go back to priority rather than use the Smart Post, because they want that business back, I guess.
FedEx usually FedEx and UPS usually change their rates in the beginning of the year, and they do it once a year.
Yeah.
And I think, don't quote me, but I think because it's considered, because they're under different shipping laws, they're under railroad laws or something, basically. I think they're required to post it ahead of time, so they can't just arbitrarily change stuff on people. I know the post office definitely has to, like, literally go through an act of Congress to change things, but so I don't know. I mean, maybe eBay's discounting it more or something.
yeah.
Speaking of which, something really interesting we were playing around with last night. Final value fee chart calculator. Reasons to have a store and reasons to be top rated seller. And we were playing around this because I was talking to somebody about like selling gold and silver, for instance. And I knew that the bullion category, which is under coins and paper money, I knew that it specifically had some better discounts. There's a couple categories that do. Eric may remember what they are, but I can't remember shit. So, but I was playing around with it and took, for instance, ran it through the fee calculator thing. If you sell $100 worth of silver, for instance, and you have no store subscription and you don't get the top rated plus discount, it's going to cost you $10 in fees. If you don't have a store subscription, but you have top rated plus discount, it's going to be $8 in fees, so 8%.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a store subscription, but no top rated plus, you're looking at 6% in fees. And if you have top rated plus and a store subscription together, it's going to be 4.8% in fees. So that, just to thoroughly confuse you with all those different tiers. So, I mean, but even other categories, I mean, you get extra discounts and things. And so I think it's worthwhile to try to be top rated plus. You know, I know when the last seller update came out, everybody, oh, I don't care. I'm not going to maintain it anymore. Why should I give a shit? You know, there's a reason to right there. I mean, that adds up.
Right.
Rant over. Jim Bennett's making shirts
savings.
Jim Bennett's making shirts for me that he's going to sell on merch that say rant over.
The savings that you save on top rated and top rated plus can actually accumulate enough to be paying your fees on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or most of them, you know.
And I did another category randomly, like clothing / boys shoes. If you had a store subscription and top rated plus, it would get you down to about 7.2%.
Musical instruments is another one.
If you had nothing at all, you'd pay 10%. No store and no top rated plus.
Yeah, it's
What's another one?
musical instruments,
Yeah, it's pretty heavily discounted. Musical,
computers, even computer equipment and stuff like that.
brass, bugles. There we go. It's a good. If you're selling a bugle, 10% for no fees. I mean, 10% for no discounts at all. And then it gets it down to 5.6% to be top rated plus and have a store. Okay, so I didn't mean to sidetrack. Let's go back and talk about Stephen King.
Okay.
Stephen King
It's a good
stuff.
talk about this.
Jason kind of looks like Stephen
Listen,
King.
you
Notice
listen to what you say.
Stephen King hasn't written a
This is the
good
stuff
book
we
since he
should
got
be
hit by a
talking
car.
that? Yeah, and ever since Kathy Bates tied him into bed and broke his ankles with an axe. Oh, that was misery.
Yeah, James Caan.
That was a good movie, actually.
Tristan and I watched it again this winter. It was on like, I don't know, Hulu or something. And it, I forgot how kind of campy it was. But at the same time, yeah, it still was pretty good. I mean, it's a little
She won an Oscar for that role. So
well, it's just funny.
Actually, another movie of hers that I like is Dolores Claiborne.
No,
That's probably one of my favorites of hers.
One of the scariest stories that Stephen King ever wrote was The Mist.
I was just gonna say that ending on The Mist was so messed up.
Yeah. That was a scary story. I don't know if he ever had a movie for The Mist, but reading it, that was a scary
yeah,
book.
the Mist movie is messed up. That's I'll give
Is
him
it?
that.
The movie's messed up. I don't know if it's like the book. I didn't read the book on that.
Yeah, I refuse to read Stephen King's. Every time I do, I get pissed off because it sucks so bad. But
Kind of scary to me. Reading it. I'll have to watch the movie maybe.
Yeah.
See, I hate watching movies that I read the book because, like, one time when I was driving truck, I used to listen to audiobooks a lot. And I listened, my friend gave me a message. I'm not usually into, like, romance and stuff, but I like more like Tess Gerritsen, which is mystery, medical thrillers and stuff. Anyways, she gave me a message in a bottle and kind of a romancy novel, and listening to it, and it was really good. And I mean, it made me cry. I remember I had to pull my truck over because I was crying so hard. I was in Colorado driving, and Kansas and Colorado, right on the border. Anyways, I remember I had to pull over because I was crying so hard from the story. And well, then a few months later, I rented the movie and watched it. Off so bad, they changed the whole movie was totally different than the book, and it wasn't even as good as the book. And it just ticked me off that they destroyed the story so bad.
Right.
So it really bugs me if I read the book to watch the movie. It really bugs me.
Yep, I know. Usually, if I've read the book, I usually won't watch the movie.
Yeah.
That's one of my things that I do.
And yes, I cried. Sometimes I'm a softie.
It's okay.
I cry too if I'm at an auction and I get outbid on something I really wanted. I cry and
Yeah.
bawling my eyes out last night trying to get some sympathy from people, but they just didn't care.
You may remember that movie, The Midnight Meat Train.
I've heard of it, but I didn't see that one.
Was that your porn?
Yeah, I made Tristan watch it. She's like, oh, dear God. She still jokes about it. Remember that awful movie you made me watch?
Who? Eric?
What?
Who made you watch a horror movie?
He made Tris watch.
Tristan. Oh, I'm sorry. Got it now.
I forget what scary movie we were watching one night, but the dog was sitting in her lap, and all of a sudden, I mean, we're in the dark, all of a sudden I see her scream and the dog go flying through the air. she got scared and like knee jerk reaction, like threw the dog. Dog landed and kind of looked around like, what the hell?
That reminds me, I can't watch horror movies with Jessica. I remember one time we were in the middle of this movie and she was eating a salad, and this something like popped out on the screen, and all I saw was lettuce flying like everywhere, like a lettuce explosion. I was like, oh my god.
So Jessica's not a jump scare type of person. Okay.
Oh no. The worst part is I think it was like Shaun of the Dead. And it was like something stupid, like I think he brought out tea or something, and just like, just like the tea silverware made some noise, or I don't know. She's funny like that. She just freaks out.
Sometimes when you get into the zone, though, you know, it's easy to get scared easily.
Yeah.
I don't really watch horror movies. I'm just never gonna. I mean, I like the older stuff, but I don't.
Yeah.
New stuff is just too contrived.
Let's not forget them. One of our favorites.
Oh, now that was a good movie.
Hell yeah.
It's just like the original. I mean, give me the 50s horror movies. Those are the best.
The Creature from Another World.
Yeah, you know them. The Thing. I mean, the original Blob. I mean, those are the best ones.
The original Blob. Yeah, that was good.
Steve McQueen. Yeah, that's the stuff that's classic. I mean, you know, I'm not saying that the Kurt Russell thing movie was pretty good too, but
Oh yeah, I love it.
that's John Carpenter. Now, John Carpenter is the kind of guy like the original Fog. That's a messed up movie. That's one that'll get you creeped out and on the edge. And
Oh yeah, most of his movies in that time.
I remember The Blob and The Thing. Those are one of the first movies we rented on Beta.
Beta.
Blockbuster.
God, love the Beta.
A
That
better
was cool
format than
stuff.
VHS, but just didn't have the publicity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what was it? What's the opposite or the competition for Laserdisc? What was it? CED discs?
It was CEDs, yeah.
CED, yeah. I don't even remember that one. That was
I actually had a CED player and tons of the disc at one point I sold.
Huh.
And the problem with it is they weigh a freaking ton. I mean,
Oh yeah.
they're it's like you grab one of them, it's like holding 3 or 4 records in your hand. That's how heavy they are. The players are twice as heavy. But what's interesting is it's actually more like a record player than it is a laser or anything, because it's actually got a needle and everything on it. So
Oh, does it? Huh.
yeah, it's really interesting, and it does. You know, once you clean them up, everyone I've ever found tends to actually work. Whereas laser
Probably
disc,
because it's in that solid cover.
it is, and like I said, and you can replace the head very easily because it usually has an access door, and you can pop the head out and put a new head in it, or you can take it out and clean it. So
I meant the discs, like they can't get scratched.
yeah, the discs are cool because you insert the thing and then you pull it out, and it keeps the disc in the player, and you've got the cover for it. And you can't pull the disc out by yourself. You have to actually have the player to pull it out.
Did those access both sides, or just
Yeah,
one?
you have to flip them over.
You'd have to flip them.
You had to flip them over. You know, original Laserdisc was the same way. So
Yeah, but at the end, I think that you were able to not have to flip them over, if I remember right. The very last models, I think.
I
could
liked
be
them.
wrong. Don't quote me on that, everyone out there. All 50 million people watching right now.
No, I mean, I remember when Laserdisc got to the point where they were able to get them compact enough you could get one movie on one side. And, you know, but Laserdisc had good quality. CED wasn't quite as good a quality as like a Laserdisc.
A lot of the reason people still buy the laser discs is because they had a lot of, you know how like DVDs have all that extra footage of stuff?
Yep.
Well, the laser discs had that too, and most of that stuff never got ported over. So people love them just for that extra content that isn't available anywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of the Laserdisc stuff that never made it out of Laserdisc. They didn't get it into VHS, and they didn't get it into DVD. So, you know, Laserdisc horror, Japanese horror Laserdisc are freaking out of this world for pricing. You're $300-400 a disc sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's got to be the Japanese versions, and it's got to be horror. That's the best way. Any of the Japanese versions do well, but the horror ones do very, very well. But I don't buy them that often. And I like the cover art. You get a lot better cover art than you did on DVDs and stuff like that too. So
even the VHSs, the cover art was so cool. You know.
Yeah.
A lot of people probably just collect them for the covers, or you know.
I did sell a VHS. Oh, can't remember a year and a half ago. That was horror. It was Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. That was such an awful movie.
That just reminded me. One of my favorite horror movies was oh shit, what's it called?
Scooby Doo.
No. Trick or Treat. That's it. Trick or Treat. It has. Trick or Treat is the movie. It has Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, I remember. That was just on Comet Channel not too long ago.
Oh, really? It's like an awesome. If you want to like go back and see what the '80s was like, that was such a cool movie to do.
They also did there's a horror movie, and I cannot remember the name of it, but it stars Alice Cooper, and he's a werewolf.
I vaguely know what you're talking about.
And that was just on too, and I watched part of it, and it was so bad. I mean, it was just. It's like 6 guys filming this in their backyard. I mean, it was that type of bad. But I mean, yeah, if you throw out the fact that, I mean, it was an 80s kind of campy movie, it was okay, but it was just kind of bad, you know, from what you're used to now.
There was The Hunger with David Bowie, I think, too. I didn't actually see that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Abbott and Costello, Frankenstein. Yeah, all the Abbott and Costello movies were good. Shark King Mom said she has Trick or Treat on VHS.
Awesome.
Old horror on VHS actually still sells pretty well.
Yeah, it all depends on what it is. There's so many like obscure titles. If it never got ported over, it's usually worth a good amount.
Alrighty. Go Beta, go VHS, go Stephen King.
Yeah, we'll switch topics now.
You two nerds are boring me.
I'm not ignoring
you. Then we'll get to talking. It's so awesome. Just go down a rabbit hole for like 30 minutes. And I mean, I have no clue what y'all are even talking about.
And now normally 99% of the time it's interesting. I'm just not awake yet today.
Next time we're going to talk in Hobbit or something, Eric.
Oh yeah. I like the very first version of the Lord of the Rings, the one that was the cartoonish one, but wasn't quite cartoon.
Oh yeah,
I love that. They just never finished it. They were supposed to do more movies and just never went anywhere.
I think they actually had action figures for that.
Escape to Witch Mountain.
The original one or the newest one?
God. I remember as a kid, I loved that.
Yeah, the original one was awesome. The one with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I can't imagine that one being as good. So,
what were some of the fun?
It wasn't.
What were some of the What were some of those fun movies from back in the 70s, like the Disney?
Oh, the Disney World's
Apple
Strongest
Dumpling Gang.
Apple Dumpling Gang. Any of the Kurt Russell movies from back then.
Candle Shoe. You remember Candle Shoe?
No.
Mm-mm.
How can you not remember Candle Shoe? Hold on, let me click on that one. That was Jodie Foster and David Niven, which like Jodie Foster was in pretty much everything back then. See, those were the good old days.
The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes.
Computer Wore Tennis Shoes.
The Shaggy DA.
How about the Watcher in the Woods?
Yeah. all those Disney movies were really good. Blubber, Chitty
Was
Chitty
it-
Bang Bang.
Was the Apple Dumpling Gang? Was that a Disney one?
Oh yeah, and
Oh.
Don Knotts and
Yeah, Don Knotts. I love Don Knotts.
that best Don Knotts movie is what, Jason?
Private Eyes.
Yeah, that's right, Private Eyes.
There's some questions in the chat that we missed.
Oh,
Something about holding a pencil.
Gene Norris wants to know, saw some laser movies at thrift shop the other day. Not sure I've ever seen them before. They were the size of a vinyl album.
Yeah, those are Laserdisc. You got to look at the title to see if they're worth anything. That's all you can really do with those.
And keep in mind, you're going to have to ship them. And there's not really, usually most people don't have a box laying around that's the right size to ship a laser disc.
I do.
I watched a video the other day where somebody took a laser disc or an album or something and stuck it between two pieces of cardboard. There's no way in hell I would do that.
Mm-mm.
a lot of times when I've ordered laser discs in the past on eBay, they come in pizza boxes.
They're the size of a record album, so you can get record album boxes. I have a bunch of record album boxes I bought because I select records, and they actually fit in there just fine. I use them for books as well. But
that's the paint. What are records like? Aren't they just a hair over 12 by 12? Like
yeah.
12 and a half by 12, and they're just too big to fit in like a normal box you usually have laying around.
Yeah, I have 13 by 13 by I think it's an expandable box. It's like a half inch up to an inch, depending on how I fold it. And they're pricey. The boxes are pricey. I mean, when I bought them, I think they're close to $1 a box. But they're strong, and that's why I bought them. And the money I was making on records at the time was incredible. So.
Sparking Mom Deals asked earlier, what is the best place to look up old sheet music values? Lots of them aren't on eBay comps.
In my opinion, sheet music is not worth buying. That's my opinion.
There's a few, but yeah, they're very far and few between of which ones are worth and which ones aren't.
If it's got a cool cover, you think about it from an art aspect. If the cover's gorgeous, or it's got some famous people on it, then I might buy it just from someone might want to frame it and put it up. Especially if it's the old sheet music. I've got some framed sheet music that I have that I collected, but I used to hang in my office. But that's it. I mean, I don't have anything. I've never had luck selling really good old sheet music. So
most of the luck that I've ever had with sheet music was lotting them up, or if it was music books. But the sheet music usually I just lot it up.
Yeah, I think I did the same thing. Just a lot of it.
Jean Norris said Dusty.
What?
Oh, hold on, I just lost it.
Hi, Jean.
Jean Norris said Dusty. Oh gosh darn it. Hold on. Trying to be helpful here.
You are helpful. Hold on, let me go scroll. How far back are you scrolling? I must have missed something.
Yeah, Sharky, Mom. It's usually not worth stuff. It's not worth listing. I mean, maybe in a lot it would be good, but yeah, if your thrift store is charging $4 or $5 a sheet music, it's not going to be worth buying.
It was right by the Sharky Mom
Deals. Be really good though.
Dusty, your video last night, what did you call that photo postcard in your listing, and do you put those in plastic to mail? I call it real RP. Just look up RPPC, real photo postcard, and that's the abbreviation that a lot of most of the people on eBay use. I don't put them in plastic. I wedge them between two pieces of cardboard. I don't put anything in plastic. I wedge them between two pieces. Well, no, I take that back. I use my little DVD bags every once in a while just to bag a little something up or whatever, but I just wedge them between two pieces of scrap cardboard and tape around the cardboard and shove them in a bubble mailer, and off they go. I do a lot of cardboard wedging.
Oh, that's because Sharky Mom Deals reposted her question. That's why I couldn't find it, because I was looking at that because I knew that Jean was right by her, and
okay.
That's why. Okay, good. Now I think we're all caught up on questions, except for there was that one about holding pencils wrong. Why do kids hold pencils wrong?
I mean, if you look at like if you go to just look up sheet music and go to solds on eBay, and I'm sitting here just kind of going through. I mean, yeah, there's some really old 1800s. There's some original Elvis. There's a few of them that went for some decent money. I don't know. I mean, you know, there was a gazillion of those probably made, but I'm kind of seeing a pattern with African American themed bands. African American themed stuff seems to be a little pattern there. Like there was one of the Temptations that sold for decent money, and there was another one of okay, that's the Temptations. There's one of the Socialites, and I believe they were an African American group. I can't tell because I can't see that far. And the majority of, like Eric said, isn't really going to be worth anything.
Nah, I mean, I said,
but cool graphics, yeah, definitely. Or
Yeah,
things that are just different. But God, they made so much of it, though. That's the problem.
yeah, I mean, and everybody has it. I mean, you go looking for anybody who's got a piano bench, open it up, and there's a ton of old sheet music in there. But like I said, the music books are different. Music books, when they have, as long as it's rock and roll stuff, that's the stuff that's good in old music books, especially if it's guitar tabs, stuff like that. That's where you can get into some decent money. But if you've got like music books of old piano tunes and stuff like that, usually not going to be worth buying.
I've done well with like trumpet and cornet and stuff like that, music books. But most of that stuff, I don't seek it out. It's usually stuff that comes in boxes or whatever. Paid much for. Just comes along with other stuff. So I don't usually seek it out.
What about the reels for player pianos? The old pianos.
They don't do very good.
They don't.
Only in lots.
Even a lot. You know.
There's rare titles in those, but the majority of them are just have to be lotted up.
Yeah, if you have quite a few of them, you can lot them up and get okay price out of them. But
Eric,
yeah,
you gonna do time warp for us now?
I'm trying to get people to play along. Come on,
I know. No, I
can't be the only one that knows those lyrics.
No one knows what that is anymore.
yeah, those aluminum chairs, those have always done good. Those ones with the ribbon, but it's hard to find them with the ribbon still intact.
State Cleaner turned me on to vintage. I didn't watch their latest video. I think it was yesterday or something as I was falling asleep. I noticed there was a new one. Other problem is, I mean, vintage aluminum folding chair. My problem is shipping a freaking folding chair and having to get a box for it.
Yeah, well, they sell pretty good, but like I said, it's hard to find them still in, or not bent in some way. That's the problem I have when finding them.
Mustache Mother said she had a question. Any idea what it was? I figured on. What is a permalar? I don't know. What's a permalar?
I Googled it and was trying to come up with like some really smart answer rather. And I have no idea. Permalar Industries of Florida. I don't know.
Need a little bit more information than that.
Permalar is carbon copying film, according to a 1975 trademark.
Oh, she said something about
that's a little tip to search stuff. If you're not sure on something like that, then go to Google and put in Permalar, and of course you get this siding company in Florida. Put in the word trademark or copyright. Sometimes you can find.
Yeah, I mean, we do. I mean, I know I do the patent search a lot for patent numbers and things like that, because even though it may not be perfect, it can get you down there, get you at least some more keywords to start searching with.
But it's still not very firm. Oh, man, I'm hungry. really doesn't tell. I mean, it's an expired. I'm gonna click the patent expired or whatever, like 96-ish, or the trademark.
Would that be for the old mimeograph machines, maybe?
I have no idea.
Get it.
Where did I get it? Oh, nice. Sold that Corvette owner's manual for $45.
Bingo. There we go. Yay.
Paid for that whole auction.
Is that where you were yesterday during the show, Eric? An auction?
No, I was taking care of some business yesterday. I was at an auction last night, though. That's why I wasn't around to do anything until late.
Mother's Mustache said it's a thin black film that has blue dots all over it and odd patterns. At first, I thought it was some type of programming sheet. It almost does sound like something similar to mimeograph, some sort of carbon-ish. Is it a bunch of paper that is it like?
A mimeograph would have like one edge of it would have holes that you would attach to the machine.
I sold some mimeograph stuff here a while back. I don't know, it's been a year ago. Hold on. Mimeograph.
All right, I'll stop playing around and I'll search.
March 14th of 2016, I sold 128 pages of mimeograph masters, and I got $45 for them.
It's carbon copying film.
How much of it is there? She said, okay, she said it's 8.5 by 11, so it's normal size. How many pages for how much? I'd probably, if it was like a couple bucks, I'd probably jump on it.
It's Canadian. That's probably why we can't find anything. Sarand Incorporated made it. It's filed under the description of carbon copying film.
About 10:30.
And it was
mimeograph. Oh, I'm on speaker though.
Make sure you put the word mimeograph in your title too when you do it.
I don't think it's mimeograph. I think it's just carbon copy film.
I'd probably keyword spam it anyhow and put carbon copy. Just throw all those on the end of it.
Mimeograph's a little different. I think that's going to get you in trouble. But carbon copy, you know, for people who did typewriters and stuff like that, it is a dead tech. They actually killed it in '92, so that company hasn't made it since '92.
Sounds like a spirit.
Now, Permalar M is a transparent polyester film with an aggressive permanent acrylic adhesive on a 90-pound stay flat backing sheet. Applicable for doors, windows, decals, decorative decals, product identification markings, parking meter decals. Color films with a permanent pigment attached. Black. That might be a different name for stuff. You know, can you sacrifice a sheet of it? Like if you were to stick it on something and then maybe rub like a pencil or something on it and then see if it would stick, that would be interesting. It might be something like that. If it's really thick, is where I think you're going to find the stuff. So. I lost my chat. Whoa, 50 sheets.
50 sheets of gray. That's funny in my world. 50 sheets per box. I've got 75 boxes. Hell yeah, I'll list it. I would list it per box and just be like, I don't really know what it is. Carbon paper. Use your whole dozen pictures and throw it out there for some random price.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, how much did you pay for it? I'd be curious about that. And then I would probably put, if you got 50 sheets of box, I'd probably put it out there for $1 a sheet, so $49.99 a box. And let them, and you know, put best offer on it and see what you get out of it. And you know, what's the worst you're going to do? I mean, someone else starts offering you $25 and stuff like that per box. I mean, you might be able to sell quantity even.
Put steampunk in the title.
I had somebody at the auction was competing with me on dial indicators and stuff like that last night, and I talked to her afterwards, and she, oh, I've got an antique booth and my steampunkers love this stuff, and I'm like, okay.
What was it?
Dial indicators. She was buying machinist tools for people to steampunk.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you pay for them, that's all right.
They love gears.
Gears, gauges, anything that looks cool. These are old dial indicators, so they're still worth $20-$30 a piece, but you know, maybe she gets 50. I mean, what was crazy was I was asking her about her booth. Now she's got an antique booth out in the boonies. I mean, I don't know. She told me where it's at, and I'm like, okay, I know the road it's on, but I didn't know there was any type of antique mall on it. She pays $35 a month.
Wow.
For it's like a 5x10. I'm like, that's a pretty good price actually. She says, and I do okay out there. I do really well actually. I'm like, okay, but the problem is it's an hour away from me, so.
Yeah.
I've even sold meters that go on the outside of houses to steampunk people. They want to hang them on the walls.
I did really well on some outside gas meters.
Mm-hmm.
And then I usually, my electric meters, people buy terminal lamps.
Yeah.
Which are really cool, so.
The electric meters that I sold, they were going to hang them on walls.
Yeah, because if you wire the electric meter right, you can actually get it to read when you have the lamp on. So.
Yeah.
Wow, free stuff. That's the best. Yeah, I'd put it up at $50 a box and let it sit there, put it on sale. I mean, whatever it takes to get it start moving, and then give it a shot. I mean, it's probably, you got 75 boxes. It's not going to take up a huge amount of space. Yeah, those are the things I love when you get something that you got such a quantity of and you don't care what it sells for.
Yeah. It's all money.
Yeah, if it doesn't sell after a week or two, put it down to $24.99 a box. I mean, you'll find the price point that people start buying it at.
Start high. You can always go down. You can't go up.
Somebody go make me a breakfast sandwich.
What you have a wife for?
Oh. Shame on you.
Why is that a shame on me?
I know. I expected him to say it sooner.
That's why you have a wife. Oh my gosh. That's why you got two hands.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with expecting your spouse to help you out and take care of you. I did that for my wife.
I understand, but
Plug that wine.
Just because I'm politically incorrect in how I say things doesn't make it any less true.
I'm pretty sexist went the way you did. Just go ahead and throw that one in there. But it's okay.
Yeah, it is.
I'm old
We
school.
know your heart. We know your true heart.
I'm old school, baby.
There's a new episode of Archie Bunkers on tonight.
Yeah.
Never watched it though, but if you think about it though, I mean, everybody cracks on Archie Bunker for being such a a jerk and everything, and he was kind of a jerk in the way he said things and everything. But there's a lot of truth to what he said, and if you looked at the show, he actually they took that character and actually helped change his mind on a lot of things. The problem was he was dealing with screaming crazy kids most of the time, and I would be about the same way if my kids were acting like that. So
Yeah.
find yourself an Amish lady, she always make you. That's good, probably a good idea there. Yeah. but there's nothing wrong with traditional roles if everybody's happy with it.
Fishing and picking. What is it with you and Amish girls?
He's got an Amish fetish, you know.
I guess so. Come up here to Missouri and Kansas. You'll find some.
I'm gonna
Ohio
see.
has the largest Amish population in the country.
Or just watch TV. They got all these shows now. Breaking Amish.
God. The Amish Mafia.
I personally like
That's
it
the one
when
that I liked.
Vanilla Ice goes Amish. I think that's the best show. So where he does his home improvement stuff with the Amish people.
Yeah.
They film that up here in Ohio. So.
Yeah.
You'll never catch up with me.
Wow, weren't we just talking about stores and insertion fees and everything? And 10K on the Bay is actually doing a video right now on stores and insertion fees explained. Watching us and they're like, I need to do a video. I'll make one like that.
Damn it.
See, we are
Sorry.
content providers for content providers. That's the way I look at it. We're wholesalers, I guess.
By the way, to answer Mr. Sadie's question, no one is going to want to watch a haul video from me. It would be like the most boringest thing in the world.
You can make it interesting.
I tell you what we ought to do, Jason. We need to do like a Three Musketeers with all that leather crafting stuff you bought, because that stuff's cool and interesting.
Yeah, I mean it is. Yeah. I mean,
and you haven't. I mean, you only listed a couple items out of that, so you haven't really started on that project yet. So
that is true, but I am starting today. but it'll take me a couple of weeks.
It's going to take you longer than that to list all that stuff.
I don't know, if you guys want to do something, I'm just afraid it would bore the people to death. You know, I mean, I guess the other stuff's a little interesting, at least the bigger.
Well, because stuff we thought was leather stuff turned out to not be leather stuff, and that was what I found that the most fascinating part of it. So,
true. Well, we'll talk about it later and see if we want to do something.
Yep.
You know? You know me, I'm always game for anything, whatever.
Oh my gosh. Jason.
What?
That's horrible. Not you.
Oh,
Okay. What am I saying? Our coastal Carolina cheerleading team here locally just got the entire team suspended for charging insertion fees.
What?
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. That was hilarious. I'm sorry, but yeah.
Sorry for my little outburst there a minute ago. Lugnut knocked my tablet down.
Oh, we didn't hear you cursing.
No, that's her dog. I don't know what to. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Fishing and picking. Coastal Carolina. It's at most colleges. Yeah, I think it's like a group or something.
yeah, Coastal Carolina is a college, and yeah, they got in national trouble for that. They were just following the Debbie Does Dallas theme of getting the cheerleading group together to raise some money for new uniforms and things like that.
Hey, if they based a movie on it, it must be, real, doable.
Yeah, they were doing.
They were doing it the whole.
Oh my. So y'all doing anything today?
Bringing in the rest of my auction stuff and start listing it.
I got to get to my ass to work at some point.
Got a half a cup of coffee still to finish.
I gotta go get a load of hay.
Wow. So I'm reading this whole thing. So all the cheerleaders were hooking? Am I reading that right?
And I was in
Hooking is such a derogatory term.
They had a service.
They were providing a service they were providing a lonely old man service, okay?
Oh.
Thank God for that. So we raise our glasses to them.
Would they be considered entrepreneurs then?
That's right. In the grand scheme of things, is prostitution really that bad?
Been around for,
ever.
Wow.
Take out the drug aspect and all that crap, but
well, they're independent contractors, unless their pimp has them come in certain hours.
That's true. Yeah.
So wait, would they get a 1099 or a section? No.
Well, Jason, there's the rub. They're operating under the radar.
So how exactly does that just happen? Like, you should try it. I make really good money.
That's exactly how.
Oh my God, we should get the whole team to try it.
What usually happens is there's a website out there, and I cannot remember the name of it. I saw it on the news. They talk about how they advertise on a lot of college campuses, and what it is just it's a college to go out and escort, but not be illegitimate escorts. They're just for guys who are in town, things like that. It's primarily in your larger cities, and they actually what they do is the college girls sign up, and it's like helppayforcollege.com or something like that. And I can't remember the name of it. I said it was on 60 Minutes or something like that. But those girls aren't sleeping with the guys as part of the service. So they do it. That's their own thing. But then what happens is you get a bunch of girls who are friends doing all that because they're making good money, and then suddenly one of them tips over and gets extra money for doing that. And next thing you know, that's how they all get sucked into it.
Sure.
I know.
Why am I having like thoughts of like the movie Poison Ivy now?
Nah, not close. Poison Ivy was a bad movie, but great Drew Barrymore.
His name's Eric. He's a little creepy, but it's okay. It's $300.
No, I need to pay somebody more than $300 to sleep with me. Come on now.
It sounds like eBay, like how you get drawn in by that one home run.
It's very similar. I mean, if you think about it, if you're out there doing something that's totally legit, it's going to dinner, being an escort for some businessman out of town, and then next thing you know, you get a $500 bill for sleeping with somebody, and then you tell your friend, and then maybe you get a couple of you involved, and the next thing you know, why are you driving that new car? How can you afford that? It's amazing.
Yep.
How easy it is to get sucked into that life. I'm not saying it's a good life, but I'm just saying it's amazing how easy you get sucked into it. So.
Wow, it's a really good life. And apparently, I said you wanted to make you a sandwich too.
They could make a good sandwich.
Oh my God.
SugarDaddy.com.
Maybe I can start a website, College Girls for Making Sandwiches.
Megan Carl says she knew a girl in college that flew to Vegas every weekend to be a professional escort. Paid for her college. Yep. Everyone thought she just had a rich family.
I worked with a girl who lived out in Vegas, and she lived there for 4 years. She lived in I think she said it was something like a $1,500 or $2,000 a month apartment, and had a guy that would swing in once a month for the weekend. But he paid all her bills, supplied her with a car, had spending money. Sure, she slept with him, but it was only 1 weekend a month. And she said, yeah, I enjoyed it. I said, I didn't have to work. I didn't have to do anything. 1 weekend a month. I liked the guy. It wasn't a bad deal or anything like that. And I didn't mind it. And she banked a ton of money. So
you like that, man? You like that? Oh, that wasn't Mr. Sadie. That was Sherry.
Oh God, what did Sherry say?
She said she likes my Valley Girl impression. That's my ditzy cheerleader voice.
Yep, SugarDaddy.com. I think that's what it was. That might be efficient. Pick might have hit it. But.
Yeah, I'm not going to that website.
You thought your computer had problems now. We'll just wait till you go there.
And it's a real website, though. I Googled it. It's the premier sugar dating service.
Yeah, it's just a dating service. But then again, arrangements can be made on the side. So
discover your perfect sugar partner and enjoy the sugar lifestyle.
Oh, I didn't know it was a lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm a daddy, but I don't have too much sugar. I don't think I can buy a car or an apartment.
Why is it Jim always like chimes in on like whenever we reach like a sex topic?
Because he loves talking about sex.
How come?
You know what they used to call
So I clicked on it. How come this in the search thing the age goes from 18 to 90?
because that would be age discrimination if you did it any other way, and you could get yourself in trouble with the federal government.
What's your zip code, Eric?
43232.
Huh?
43232.
43232 has photo. Oh, wait a minute. You must complete this form below. No, we're not signing up for that.
Just give me your credit card number. It's totally safe.
Eric, what's your credit card number?
Who the hell dresses like this?
Oh, Mrs. Trump, the first lady.
No, this guy with this fur collar on, like, oh, I'll take you out. I have a fur collar on.
But the woman looks like whatever. Ivanka
Oh,
Trump or
Melania?
whatever. Melania, okay. Who the hell's Ivanka? Is this for other?
That was his first
Oh,
wife.
well, can't keep him straight. I could only afford two
Oh,
wives.
yeah, you got to give him
He's
your
got a lot more
email.
money than me.
Is that Jason?
Jason, don't you live in Pennsylvania?
Oh,
Is your name really Tommy Casanova?
I thought you were talking about something else.
You know who should be on this site?
Take the glasses off. It's pretty close.
Rockstar Picker.
Rockstar Flipper. Oh, God, look at this guy
Rockstar
from
Flipper.
Pennsylvania. He does kind of look like Jason.
Uh-oh.
Christian Pickens says his buddy is actually on there. He says he's just helping girls pay for school.
Oh, there you go.
What was it? Rockstar Pennsylvania? Who?
No, he said Rockstar Flipper should be on the sugar daddy site. It's done.
He can roll in with his Batwing car and really impress the girl.
Oh my gosh.
So it lets you view just random ones without actually signing in or whatever. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Search.
I know it all share because I watched TV. They had it's like 48 hours or 60 minutes or something was talking about it.
Wow.
Oh no!
Are we
they
doing
got-
eBay?
Those girls are probably making $50,000 to $60,000 a year.
Oh yeah. Easily.
Yeah, but this guy's only making 100 to 200,000. Does that qualify you as a sugar daddy?
If you're talking about one maybe a night.
Oh, I'm saying, no, that guy that Dusty put in the side chat, he goes, what his income is, 100 to 200.
Yeah, but think about it. If you're making $200K a year and you're not and you're in rural Pennsylvania, let's say.
That's
Oh,
Jason. That's Jason's doppelganger.
Yeah, it looks just like Jason.
Yeah, but that 200 grand might be gross. You know, the net might be quite a bit lower after eBay fees and PayPal fees and shipping.
But you know, if you're looking at, I mean, if someone spends $1,000 a weekend on a girl, that's only $12,000 a year. That, you know, some people have that type of disposable income. So,
Yeah.
You know, maybe we should get one of those girls on the show. They could explain it a little better for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then you put the girl in a family way, and then things get really expensive.
there is that.
Now you're putting the kid through college.
Oh my goodness.
Baby.
Now imagine the trolls you'd get if you had that on your show.
Oh yes.
Why do you make me sandwiches?
I will pay you $1,000 to make me
He
sandwich.
told you it didn't work that way.
I will
I
make you
used to
$1,000.
I used to know this
That's
guy.
because you asked instead of saying Honey, would you please go make me a sandwich?
She's on the phone with her dad.
Oh, okay. She's in a bad mood.
Yeah, it's not. I got this look.
Yeah, I just paid you
I used-
$1,000. Make me a sandwich.
I used to know this guy. He used to go out with my sister, and he was coined as a serial spanker. And he used to.
Okay, we're gonna end the show right now. Everybody have a great time.
No, but he used to he used to tell women that he'd pay for their schooling, and they'd have to do certain things or whatever, and he would pay for their schooling, but if they did something wrong, then he got to spank them.
Oh boy.
Well, they ended up all getting together and suing him and getting him in trouble, and he ended up dying in jail. But anyways, yeah. He was called the serial spanker. He was out there in Virginia Beach, Virginia.
So in the end, you got spanked, huh?
Nikki, I thought you were going to tell me like all the girls got together and did like a big spanking machine. You know, like,
Like a giant circle spank.
he's still in an coma.
It was so funny. My sister brought this guy home, and she was going out with him, and everybody, my whole family, were just like, God, he's weird, you know, and we thought he was always hiding something, you know, and it ended up he was using an alias and stuff, and yeah, he was just a weirdo. And yeah, it ended up he was a little more weird than we thought.
So I'm going to be the one that's going to ask the question. Did your sister enter into a contract with this gentleman for his services then?
No, they were legitimately boyfriend and girlfriend, and she ended up breaking up with him, but he still was part of the family because he had been with her for so many years. But he didn't do any of that stuff when he was with her. He broke up with her, she broke up with him, and he ended up inheriting a bunch of like $1 million, and from his mom, and he bought a bar out and moved out to Virginia Beach, Virginia, and bought a bar, and all these women that were working for him entered into that contract. I forget what it's called, but anyways, and if they weren't doing what they were supposed to do, then he got to spank them.
Did his last name start with an F, as in Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I found an article on it. First name starts with an H. He may have gone by his middle name.
Oh boy.
Yep.
I just Googled that. Like, first of all, don't Google serial spanker. Like, just don't do it. There was a story on there that was yeah, that's kind of creepy.
That's the guy that's preying on Spanker.
He called it a scholarship program.
Yeah, scholarship. I can talk about it now because he's dead, but yeah. And my sister's dead, so.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Maybe it was fishing and picking.
Craziness.
That's his neck of the woods. Maybe it was fishing and picking.
Maybe he was a co-partner or whatever. No.
Fishing and spanking.
We found you a new name, Fishing and Picking.
Great. It's gonna be like an Amish.
We blew your cover.
It's gonna be an Amish spanking site now.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty sad story because the guy was a graduate of MIT. He was very smart in computers and stuff like that, and it was actually, you know, in our family, he was actually a very nice person, and he just ended up being a weirdo, I guess. I don't know what happened to him, but anyways, he ended up doing that stuff over in Virginia, and I don't know, but he actually was nice.
1,000 articles on him, actually, if you dig a little deeper.
Yep. But when my sister was going out with him, he was a nice guy. But yeah, he had done stuff before and after my sister, so yeah, you never know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
There is the rest of the story.
And knowing is half the battle.
And my family, we're not perfect or anything, but I mean, this is like way out of the realm of our family, and so it's like, if anybody knows that this guy was involved with our family, it'd be like, what? Because we're a good Catholic, decent family, very well known around these parts, and
I can't read that anymore.
it is very disturbing.
Not really disturbing. It's just
yeah.
Yeah, it's not that unusual. I mean, he went too far, obviously, but yeah, there's a lot of people that live that life.
But then, there was, well, the problem is he went out there to Virginia Beach and ended up getting involved with all these women, and what had happened is a lot of them there was one of the people that helped him with the bar, his manager or whatever. She had found a bunch of emails saying that they were going to get him and that they would say anything to get him in trouble and blah, blah, blah. So who knows if he was really doing it or if this all came up or who knows, but I believe it.
The guy was also a felon from Florida.
Yes.
Where he did time for credit card fraud and everything else. I mean, he's a bad guy all the way around.
Yeah, so it could have been, whatever, but I knew the serial spanker. But
Nikki, if you're ever confused about what's kinky and just weird, kinky is using a feather.
Yeah.
It's just weird if you use a whole chicken.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's actually a sad story because, he could have been, but because like I said, with the family, he was a nice guy,
Yeah, his picture, he looks like a normal old guy. But
yeah.
I guess you gotta look normal in order to be able to get away with that.
No, he's kind of got those.
Yeah.
He's kind of got those. No, I don't know. Maybe it's because the mug shot and you're staring straight.
When he first came into the family, we were all worried about him because it just seemed like all of his stories were weird and didn't all add up. So it was like, but it was my sister's boyfriend and she was going out with him. She brought him home. We had to accept him, and so like I said, he ended up being a nice guy in the family, a nice part of the family. He didn't do anything weird or he never like girls or anything like that, or he never gave us any bad feelings or anything other than when he first came into the family. But
so you're saying you never got in trouble with him?
He kept his hands in his pockets.
I wouldn't even get close to that. Yeah,
You probably loved birthday parties, didn't you?
I'm not into that wrinkle dick.
Was he the first one in the line for it's time to spank you for your birthday? And one to grow on.
Yeah.
Oh my
An inch
God.
for an inch.
God, I forgot people even did that.
A pinch will give me an inch. Remember at birthday parties and the spanking line, it all starts at home, G North. Yes, I'm sure he's dead.
Wow.
He passed away. My dad paid for his remains to go to his daughter in New York. So,
Yeah, it was nice.
yeah. Because my sister, he died, and then my sister ended up dying a week later.
Oh.
She was here in intensive care. She wasn't with him at this time. They had been
Did
broke
he
up
live
for
up by
years.
Was he from Duluth then?
No, he's from Florida or New York.
Oh.
Whatever. Yeah, he grew up in he started out in the Keys, I think, and then they went to New York, and then he was in Florida again, and his mom was in Colorado when she died. They were some kind of, he was an heir. They did something with some sort of piano or something company they had, the parents did or whatever. And so his parents were rich, and he ended up inheriting all that money, and then just a few years later he was dead and broke. He's in jail. It's kind of a sad story if you ask me. I mean, he, very smart, but
I hope everyone is enjoying the morning show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was a conversation killer. I'm sorry. I thought it was funny.
Wow.
It's just funny because it's just so odd that my family was involved with this guy,
Yeah.
It's just so out of the realm of my family,
Yeah.
My sister knew how to pick them.
Hey, Eric. Yeah.
I hear you.
Guess who sold all the purple Christmas lights overnight to one person?
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, they bought all 16 of them.
Sweet. That means I can start selling mine now.
Nice.
That's right. How many you got left?
Like 50. I mean, mine are already paid for. I'm not worried about it. So
Yeah, Eric and I found, was it Lowe's?
Lowe's, yeah.
And he went and checked his Lowe's, and I don't know, like 10 cents, 15 cents a box or something ridiculously cheap.
Yeah, it was some crazy pricing. I bought 60 boxes of these things. I think it was like 23 cents a box or something like that. I paid $20 for 60 sets of these 100 count purple Christmas lights. And I mean, I've sold like 8 boxes or something like that, 8 or 9 boxes. So it well paid for. I'm getting like $7 a box.
Yeah.
But we were having a competition. Every time one of us would sell one, and we'd kind of say to the other person, "Hey, have you sold one lately?" And
I think you got yours on
somebody
sale. I don't
bought-
think mine might not be on sale right now. I gotta check it.
About 16 of them. They must be on sale. I don't know. $93.28. So
Wow.
that's pretty awesome. Plus, that just freed up about a foot of real estate on my shelf.
What was the price point? Remember?
Huh?
In
What was
this
the price point you had on it?
email from eBay when searching comps. If I search for an item, automatically it thinks I want to buy it.
$5.83 because they bought so many. So I probably had a sale, buy more than 3, get extra whatever percent off.
Yeah, promoted listing.
Yeah. Does
Not
anyone
my
know
sale.
how to get rid of, what was it? Does anyone know how to get rid of your interested in these item emails from eBay when searching comps? If I search for an item,
Yeah,
Are
it's
you-
saying like when she searches for something, it automatically thinks she wants to buy it. I know that it's done that to me sometimes too.
I'd look at the bottom of the email, and I'm sure it would say, "Do you not want to receive these anymore? Check, click your preferences here."
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't go down a late night searching path with those two yahoos over there. You'll have all kinds of weird crap showing up on your. It's like, no, I was never interested in a leather unitard or whatever.
And just for the
Wait.
Just for
you
the record, wait. Just for the record, he's talking about Eric and Nikki. Okay.
Somebody tried to mess with me and got me to click on it, and now it shows up all.
Wait. What did Dusty order from China again that he never paid for, but he still got it in the mail?
Oh yeah.
I jokingly
Forgot about that.
one night. It was like this leather, really weird underwear, men's underwear stuff. And I jokingly, I said, I'm gonna bid a penny. It's free shipping or something. I forget what it was. And I ended up winning it. I never paid for it or whatever. And they just mail me like one day from China. I get this. And Tristan goes, "What the hell is this?" I'm like, "Ow."
And that's now his special. That's his. When he puts that on, Tristan knows it's happy time.
No, that went in the garbage.
Uh-huh.
All right, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and, oh my gosh, get another one? Crazy. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for the day and for the week. Hope everybody has a great weekend and lots of sales. And hopefully this weekend's better than last. And we'll see you all on Monday.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Leroy.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Peace.